Year 1, let's open the scope and sequence. Term 1 is all the counting concepts that they did in kindergarten, but now we're looking at a number line and learning how a number line actually works. And we're also going to be looking at those place value concepts that we investigated in kindergarten, but now we're going to do it formally. So now we're going to be writing number sentences and actually using place value charts and actually showing partitioning using partitioning bars and that kind of thing, rather than just, explaining them like they were in kindergarten. And we're going to be adding and subtracting single digit numbers using counters, recording addition and subtraction formally using the symbols, because they don't use the symbols until year 1. And then counting by ones, so either using counters or on a number line, because we've learned how a number line actually works. We do addition and subtraction at the same time. As soon as the child knows how to add using counters, the next step is subtract using counters. The next step is add counting by ones on a number line and then subtract counting by ones on a number line, because the kids have to be at the same level for addition and subtraction. So in term 2, because the kids have been investigating friends of 10, place value of teen numbers and partitioning single digit numbers, they're ready to start adding and subtracting single digit numbers, bridging 10. And then once they've done that, they're investigating friends of 20 and 2-digit numbers. So now they can bridge 20, and they're investigating friends of any decade. So now they can bridge any decade. So I've got this starting in term 2, but obviously if you've got kids ready in term 1, they can do it in term 1. I'm creating anchor charts for these concepts, and they're going to stay up on the wall. I'm creating anchor charts for these concepts, and they're going to stay up on the wall. So you might have a part of your wall that's addition and subtraction, and a part of your wall that's place value. Now you'll notice that there's not very many lessons on friends of 10. There's literally only 4 lessons. There's only 6 lessons on place value of teen numbers, and there's only 4 lessons on partitioning. So it doesn't have to be exactly where I've put them, but the kids are not learning everything there is to know about friends of 10 or place value of teen numbers in these lessons. What they're doing is they're getting used to how to investigate them, and we've got the anchor charts up. And is something that your year 1 teachers will start to grapple with in term 2. When you're ready, we're going to start to integrate. If a child is adding and subtracting single digit numbers, still counting by ones, that's fine, because we've got anchor charts up for adding and subtracting counting by ones with counters. We've got an anchor chart up for adding and subtracting single digit numbers on a number line. And we created these collaboratively with the kids throughout term 1, so the kids are used to what those anchor charts are. The kids also know, okay, I can add with counters, I'm learning how to subtract with counters. We've still got those 4 anchor charts up for those 4 lower levels, but the kids who are ready to start bridging 10, we're going to then create that anchor chart. So now we've got 5 anchor charts up for addition and subtraction, and you might have kids on all 5 levels. If no one's using counters anymore, you can take those anchor charts down. Okay, you only keep up the anchor charts that kids are using. So then the child who's now trying to add and subtract using place value, that means that they have to first of all choose 2 numbers that add to more than 10. And again, that's their learning, not mine. I'm not going to tell them what numbers. They have to look at the numbers and think about the numbers friend of 10 to know whether it's going to add to more than 10 or not. Number 2, they then have to work out the numbers friend of 10 and add to 10. Then they have to partition the number that they're adding, and then they have to add the other part using place value. So what they're doing is they're using friends of 10 to start with, then they're using partitioning, then they're using place value of teen numbers. Now you've already got anchor charts up on the wall from when the kids were investigating these throughout term 1. And of course we're still going to keep investigating them in separate lessons. But in this addition and subtraction lesson, if a child is trying to add bridging 10 and they're getting stuck on the friends of 10 part, you can say to them, stop, today you're not going to investigate adding and subtracting, you're going to investigate friends of 10. The reason you're the only one investigating friends of 10 is because you're trying to use it to bridge to 10. So that child then investigates friends of 10, knowing why they're investigating friends of 10. And that child is still sitting with all the other kids. The rest of the class is investigating whatever level of addition and subtraction they're up to. When the teacher says, turn to your partner and say, please explain what you're investigating, I'm explaining to my partner, I'm investigating friends of 10 because I have to try to bridge to 10 when I'm adding. And again, we're teaching the kids this meta language. We're giving the kids the opportunity every single lesson to explain this to their partner. Now, their partner today, the person sitting next to them today, might be using counters. The person sitting next to them today might be subtracting on a number line. That means that child's next level is what this child is doing. So that child is hearing another child explaining what they're about to learn. And then there might be 3 or 4 other kids who get onto this level and can't put all those 3 concepts together. And they can't. They're only 5, 6 years old, so they're still very young. And it will take at least a term. Once kids get to these 2 levels, adding and subtracting, bridging 10, they start to go really, really slowly because this is such a complex concept, but it's such a necessary concept. And when you think about it, it's the only addition and subtraction concept that kids learn in year 1. Because once they can bridge 10 with addition and subtraction, bridging 20 in any decade is not very much more complex learning, and bridging hundreds in year 2 and bridging thousands and tens of thousands in year 3, 4 onwards, and then bridging decimal place values in year 5 and 6, there's no new learning. It's the exact same learning that they spent their entire year 1 learning. And you think the kids are going to get bored. They don't, because they're engaged so much in their learning to apply these concepts. So for all of term 2, it's like a duck swimming. The duck on the top of the water looks like it's just gliding, not doing anything, but under the water it's paddling really hard. It's the same as when kids are learning to put these 3 concepts together to add and subtract, bridging 10. There's so much going on under the surface, but we're scaffolding them by saying, okay, you're stuck on the getting to 10. You investigate friends of 10, come back and try it. Still not there? Investigate friends of 10, come back and try it. Still not there? Go back and investigate friends of 10, come back and try it. So every day they investigate friends of 10, come back and try it. Still not there? That's fine. You are going to get there. You know why you're trying to do this. You know what you're trying to do. Kids who've got friends of 10, they might have trouble with the partitioning. And this is where most kids have trouble. They have trouble with the partitioning. Okay, investigate partitioning, come back and try it. Investigate partitioning, come back and try it. So by the end of term 2, the majority of the kids who got here during the term are still there. Then they come back in term 3 and it's like popcorn popping. One child starts getting it, then another child, then another child, then another child, then another child. So green is addition and subtraction, red is place value. So as a minimum for year 1, I would say green and red, addition and subtraction and place value. So the minimum goal for your year 1 teachers is adding and subtracting, bridging 10 using the place value concepts.